Today, I'm going to give you an example of mindfulness where you embrace all your senses. So let's get started to look at this mindfulness exercise that could actually help you relax. So if you can't stop worrying or thinking about something, can't focus, feeling upset, sometimes we feel like we're caught up in a tornado of thoughts and emotions. This exercise, which I'm going to go through, is a quick and easy method for feeling more centered on a tough day. It's also great to practice at times when you're not stressed out, so you know exactly how to use it when you need it most. If you begin to notice thoughts coming into your mind, that is completely normal. Our brains are designed to think, but we can learn to refocus our attention. So take this as an opportunity to be kind to yourself and not judge. Just notice you are having thoughts, then redirect your attention back to your present moment. So let's get into it. First, you want to sit yourself in an upright, comfortable position with your feet planted on the ground. Rest your hands on your thighs, on the side of your desk, or on the side of the chair. Next, you're just going to notice yourself start to breathe. So no need to breathe in any particular way. Just pay attention to your breathing, like breathing slowly in, slowly out. And just notice the air coming in, filling your lungs and going back out. Because breathing is a really important way to relax yourself. So that's the next thing we want to be doing. And then slowly, as you're becoming more focused on your breathing, we're going to bring awareness to each one of your 5 senses, one at a time, for about 1 minute each. The point here is to focus on the present moment and how each sense is being activated in that moment. The order in which you pay attention to each senses doesn't matter, but here's just an example of what you could be doing. First, let's focus on what we're hearing. So slowly begin to notice all the sounds around you. Try not to judge the sounds. Just notice them. They are not good or bad. They are just there. Sounds may be internal, like breathing or digestion. Sounds might be closely by a more distant sound of traffic, hearing birds around you. Are you now hearing more than you started to before? Because as we start to pay attention to a sense, now we're heightening our attention to that sense. So when you start to just pay attention closely to what you're hearing, you may start to notice more than you normally would. And you start to notice sounds that aren't necessarily there before. After you notice what you're hearing, now move to what you're smelling. So shift your attention to the smells of your environment. Maybe you smell food cooking. You might be aware of the smell of some trees, plants, flowers outside, some air freshener you've got inside the house, some incense burning in the distance. You might notice the smell of books, paper. Sometimes closing your eyes can sharpen your attention in this particular activity when it comes to smelling. Next, we're going to focus on what we can see. So we're focused on what we can hear, what we can smell. Now we're going to look at what can we see. So slowly observe your surroundings and notice the colors, shapes, textures. If you really look, you may notice things that have gone unnoticed. So just say you're sitting in your lounge room. You're noticing the pictures on the wall. You're noticing the color of the carpet, what could be playing in the TV on the background, the flowers sitting in a vase. It could be something that you've dropped on the floor, a pen. It could be anything. You're just scanning the environment with your eyes around you, slowly noticing everything. Even looking out the window, you may see things as well. Next, Start to focus on taste. You can do this even if you have food in your mouth. So you could be eating when you're doing some of this too, this activity. You may notice the aftertaste of a previous drink or meal. You can just notice your tongue in your mouth, your saliva, your breath as you exhale. We may have tastes in our mouths that often go unnoticed. You can run your tongue around your teeth, cheeks, so that you become more aware. You might even have a glass of water near you, which you're just lifting and just sipping. So you're tasting the water going down. Or you could be eating and you're just enjoying the food. Now, the last one, let's get to touch. So bring your attention to your sensations of skin contact with your hair. So you may brush your hair with your hands. You may touch your clothing. You may feel the texture of your clothes. You may feel your feet on the floor, your hands on the side of the chair. You may notice the pressure between your feet and the floor, or your body and the chair, and how comfortable the chair is, or how uncomfortable, for example. You can observe the temperature, the warmth or coolness of your feet and hands. You might take time to feel the textures that you notice by sight a moment ago, like the textures of the lounge. You can feel several objects on your desk if you're sitting at a desk, for example, and then touch your hands on a keyboard, hold a glass in your hand. So you're just noticing all these little things that you can touch. So what you're then doing is you're just focusing on your breathing and you're just going back, noticing what you're hearing, smelling, seeing, tasting, touching. So a good thing about this activity is that by the time you're finished doing this, you might find just that you've grounded yourself in a moment, that you've just calmed your mind, that you're just more present in a moment. Now, other ways to apply this could be just generally applying it across broad spectrums. So you could apply it on a bushwalk. You could apply it when you're eating dinner. You could apply it when you're sitting out in the backyard, having a coffee or a cake or something, playing with your animals. So this 5 senses activity, what can I see, hear, smell, touch, taste, can literally be used anywhere, in places where you relax, hiking, cooking a meal, eating, meditation in a way, just sitting in your room, even at your desk at work. If you're feeling a bit stressed, you may be able to use this activity as well. And sometimes even an example I often use is that I used to work in areas like child protection. So I'd get up from my desk when I was a bit stressed from a call. I would start to walk towards the kitchen. And as I'm doing it, I'm just focusing on my breathing going in and out. I'm feeling my feet walking on the ground. I'm feeling the feel of my mug that I'm carrying in my hand. I'm noticing the pictures on the wall, the smells coming from the kitchen, the sounds coming from the kitchen. Then I would go over and I'd get my mug. I'd pick it up. I'd fill it with the coffee. I'd lift the coffee up. I would taste it, feel the heat in my hand. And then I'd walk to the window because I was about 9 stories up. And for about a minute, I'd just scan the city with my eyes, just noticing little things for about 60 seconds. And just that little 5 senses activity there, I've regrounded myself in the here and now. So give this activity a go, because it could be a good grounding technique if you're feeling a bit anxious, a bit stressed, or you just want to relax for a moment and practice being present in the moment. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you like these sort of videos, hit like and please subscribe. And thank you again.